Indian market observers are still very bullish in India. We'll talk about that later.
Absolutely.
But as we kickstart the earnings season for the fourth quarter, Nimesh, you've put together some data for us?
Yes, so this I've been doing for the last few quarters now, that before the earnings season, I just put out a piece on what to expect in quarter four. So firstly, let me put out the headline numbers first. It's going to be a tepid on the top line, but on the margins, it's going to be the fifth quarter of margin expansion for large part of the companies. In fact, the margin expansion could be 115 to 150 basis points. That's the consensus among brokerages. Now, a revenue growth of 5%, EBITDA growth of 11%, and PAT growth of 9%. So both EBITDA and PAT largely in double digits. So that's again a good thing as far as earnings are concerned. In terms of sectors, consumer discretionary and industrials are largely set to outperform. So that's the overall picture. Now let me come to the individual sectors. First is technology. It was expected that on a constant currency terms, the top 5 companies are going to report a muted revenue growth. TCS was the case for that. But Infosys and HCL Tech's guidance will be the key for the technology sector. Coming to the banks, now again that's a large sector, but the commentary on the NIM will be a very important thing. Last quarter also we said that there will be NIM compression. So how much further is what we need to see in terms of commentary for banks. Within the autos, it's going to be a very, very strong quarter. So 20 to 40% PAT growth is expected for the OEMs. And again, the guidance will be pretty much key there. Energy, another large sector, and a lot of stocks have outperformed as well. For the OMCs, it's going to be a strong quarter, largely on back of higher refining margins as well as inventory gains. Even the city gas companies are going to do good volume growth. But to me, the stock to watch would be GAIL, because that's going to be a big beneficiary on the gas price. So that's something to watch out for. Cement, sequentially a bit of a decline in terms of EBITDA per ton. Metals, again, going to be a soft in terms of volume growth, so not much to expect there. Even in pharma, it's going to be quite mixed. The domestic will do well, but within the US markets, the sales ex of Revlimid would be very important to track. So again, it's going to be a bit mixed as far as pharma is concerned. Capital goods, a very, very strong quarter across the board. In fact, most of them are expecting a 20 to 30% PAT growth for most of the capital goods companies. And the last one is consumer staples. Again, it's going to be a very soft, tepid quarter, mid to single digit growth in terms of volume growth for the consumer names. So again, not much fireworks there. Now let me come to some individual names and stocks now. Citi puts out this note every quarter and they give some positive and negative surprises. In the positive surprises, watch out for Maruti. Higher operating leverage would mean there could be a big surprise on the margin. So that's something to track. ICICI Bank can again surprise in terms of growth. So that's something on the positive side. Ambuja Cement could be a big surprise on the cost efficiency. So watch out for Ambuja Cement on that. Exide, all commentary on the lithium plant would be very important to track for Exide. And Nomura, of course, all the wealth businesses have done well. So expect Nomura to report good numbers. However, there are going to be some negative surprises as well. Citi believes that one of the big negative surprises could come in M&M. And that's because of the product mix. There could be a margin impact as well. So that's something to track in M&M. Page is again expected to report a subdued quarter in terms of volume growth as well. Titan, there is a risk of further competition from the payers. So there could be some margin pressure on that as well. Dr. Reddy's decline in the US-based portfolio could be a bit of a drag. And HDFC Life can report a negative surprise in terms of VNB margin. So these are a few negative surprises as well. But as I said on the headline, a tepid top line growth, but a big expansion in margins is going to continue in quarter 4 as well.
Okay. Well, Pankaj, I just want to bring that point forward.